Greetings and welcome back to the show, World War II Books Where to Start. I'm your host, George Orwell. Today I like to do a second list of author no-nos. First list got me thinking, man, there's more to the badness in World War II writing than what I come up with. And when I started digging around, sure enough, I found some more gems that I would like to see officially eliminated from World War II writing. It's going to be a top 11 here. Number 11 is really just kind of not a permanent gripe or something that needs to go away, but something that needs to be corrected in World War II writing. And I'm going to blame primarily British authors on that one. So let's get on with it. Number 11, no translation of French quotes. Us Americans don't speak that French language too much, like hardly not at all. So when you throw in a cute French quote from a French commando or resistance guy, whoever it is, and you don't translate it, we didn't go to school in Britain and take obligatory French classes. We're Americans. We don't do that. So provide the translation. Come on, man. Fix it. It's 2024. You can do better. All right, on to the official list. Number 10. The ominous quotation at the beginning of the chapter, beginning of a section, beginning of a book. Dude, no one's going to remember it. I can't remember 5 seconds later when I start reading the first paragraph. Whatever your ominous quotation is, gone with the wind, baby. It doesn't matter. Unless I read that book a good dozen times in my lifespan, it's not going to stick with me. I know you're doing it for drama, to set the stage, set the tone. It doesn't work. Just stop it. It's a convention that just needs to stop. You can get by without it. So please do. Number 9, make the Mediterranean an Italian lake. I don't think this is actually a Churchill quote. I think this was kind of floating around in journalistic circles in the 30s and early war. But man, it's got to go. All right, it didn't happen. We all know it didn't happen. And to imply that it's a possibility that they were going to win and make the Mediterranean an Italian lake, it's just silly bombast. It's outdated. It's done. It's burned out. You can't take this any further. You can't get any more play out of it. We get it. We got it. It's gone. Stop it. Set Europe ablaze. Thank you, Churchill, for giving us an immemorial quotation. But it's time to put it to rest and make it not immemorial, make it time-stamped. Get it done, get it over with, put it in a shallow grave and forget it ever happened. Enough. Use the direct quote if you absolutely have to. But after that, don't mention it as a cute-ism in one of your paragraphs. Don't. We're done with it. It's been done so many times. It shouldn't be done anymore. There should be a law against it. I am willing to propose that law before Congress. Push them back into the sea. Whew, man, this is brutal. It's almost always D-Day related, but you'll also see it in other amphibious operations. Again, if it's a direct quote, and I think Rommel actually said this to some degree, paraphrasing or not paraphrasing, do it and get it over with, and then don't say it again. We understand the point of repelling an amphibious operation is to do just that. We get it. You're not going to encircle them. You're going to push them back into the sea. We get it. Okay? We're not dumb 3-year-olds. So stop insulting us with it. Stop thinking you're coming up with a clever phrase. You're not. Enough of it. Quit. Ship X is unsinkable. This was a big thing in war reporting in the 30s and 40s. That this battleship is unsinkable. Bismarck, Prince of Wales, whatever aircraft carrier, the Tirpitz. Oh man, you put enough water into a boat, it'll sink. End of story. It's physics. It's hydrodynamics. Just stop. Stop. Don't even bring it up. We all know that if you're reading a book about the Bismarck and you say the pride of Hitler's Navy, it was considered unsinkable. Well, we know what happens to it. It's going to sink. You gave the game away. So ditch this one, again, in a shallow grave, unmarked, and forget it ever happened. Number 5, soft underbelly of Europe. Again, thank you, Churchill, for an immemorial phrase that needs to be forgotten. It's disgusting physical reference. It's nasty to think about. And of course, it was the exact opposite. I guess the irony of it, you got to keep pointing it out that it wasn't a soft underbelly at all. But again, we get it. It's been done. It's been done for decades. We can move on. Number 4, service names for naval officers. This is particularly, and especially a U.S. thing, although you see it sometimes with British officers too. I don't need to have another reference to Admiral Willis Ching Lee or Admiral Harold Betty Stark with eyebrows raised and a smirk at the corner of your mouth, or a reference from the Lucky Bag about their nicknames. No, if you absolutely have to do this, make it an author's note, asterisk somewhere in the text, footnote it if it's bugging you the hell out of you that you got to get across to the audience what their nickname was. But at this day and age, I think you need to professionalize the writing and take it to a higher bar. We don't need the silly stuff anymore. It's 80 years past, soon to be a century. We can ditch this crap, right? Right. Nod with me. Shell after shell after shell, bomb after bomb after bomb, round after round after round after round. Whew, man, I get it. There's more than one. There's more than two. I get it. Stop it. Number 2, submarine infested waters or U-boat infested waters. If you think about the size of the ocean for about half a second and realize the difficulty of finding a target for a submarine and how many ships got through on the Allied side and some even on the Japanese side got through to their destinations, quickly realize the ludicrousness of this phrase. But authors can't refrain from it. They just feel like it's just like, man, it's like they're as numerous as sharks. It's infested waters. No, it's not. No, it's not. Again, get over yourself, get over the juvenile aspect of writing about submarine warfare in whatever context. You're kind of a giggling little boy, right? Mom, look, I wrote a story with submarine infested waters. Stop. Raise the bar, man. Raise the bar. Raise the bar a little higher. And then again. And number 1, on the Author No Nos, second edition, the unsinkable aircraft carrier. Again, coined during World War II as a metaphor for the home front and the folks back home to get the idea that Midway couldn't be sunk, it would be a permanent base, or the Marianas, or the Philippines. Okay, fine during wartime, but you cannot keep continuing this thing 80 years later. We get it. It's a bad metaphor at that. We get it. It's an island. It's not an unsinkable aircraft carrier. It's an island. Stop it. We understand it's not going anywhere. It can be taken by one side and retaken by the other side and then retaken again as a base. That was brutal, man. I'm worn out and disgusted. So that's my list of Author No Nos, second edition. I'm George Orwell. I'm going to write a sarcastic, metaphorical piece about well, you know, a bleak dystopian future, which everyone will ignore and go ahead and actually make come true anyway. Until next time, happy reading.